Okay, everybody. Happy Sunday, Potpourri Sunday. I got one saying for you. It's something I tell Brussels Sprouts. That's her stage name. Regularly. 5 plus 4 equals 9. Happiness is a choice. Choose to be happy today. Happiness is a choice. Choose to be happy today and every day. All right. What kind of puzzle? Everybody's been dying to hear what kind of puzzle we got today. Today we have it's a hard Sunday. So you got the rest of the day and you watch the, when's the NCAA? That's North Carolina against Gonzaga. That's Monday night. Monday night, 2017. That'll be exciting. All right. Oh, check out what we got underneath. Check out in the description box what we got underneath. A couple of items you've been dying for, but they're down to the last one, so only one of you can have them, depending on when you order. All right. They don't give us the one, so let's get rid of the ones if we can. Let's see here. It's going to be a while. So we can make a note about a one right here. Remember, this is a hard Sunday, so you may not think it's going to be easy. So they're there, so the one can be, so we got a one here. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, let me pick up by virtue of. We got a note here. We got a note by virtue of the one in the center box and the one here. We're talking about the middle row of boxes. The ones on the bottom, ones on the top. The one can only be on the, one's in the middle. One can only be on the top in this right-hand box. We don't know where yet exactly. And we don't know too many possibilities in the top right-hand box for us to even make a note. That's our own internal policy. I happen to see, since we've got the notes tab selected, I happen to see that 5 could be here, not 3 yet. We don't know that yet. A 5 could be there or there. Bottom box, with regard to the bottom row of boxes, we got a 5 on the top, we got a 5 on the bottom. So therefore the 5 can only be in the middle in that bottom box. And we had this 5 here as well. To verify, top left box, with regard to the top row of boxes, 5 on the top, 5 on the bottom. 5 can only be in the middle, and by virtue of this 5, it can't be in the center cell of that top left box. So it can be either there or there. We have no incidences of 5 in the middle row, however, of boxes. However, with regard to this right box, we have a 5 in the middle, we have a 5 on the left, so the 5 can only be on the right of the 2 empty cells in the 3-row right column, 3-cell right column area of that right box. So let's see here. Now here, with regard to this very center row of cells, middle row of cells of the entire puzzle, or the middle row of cells in the middle row of boxes, 5 can only be in those 2 spots, and it can't be in that spot. Therefore, it has to be here. Therefore, it has to be there. Let's see here. We still have too many possibilities. Okay, let's solve for this middle row of cells. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2 is missing. Excuse me. All right. All right. Oh, we got a lot of 2s. That was the first 2 in the entire. So they didn't give us any 2s to begin with. That was the first 2. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 3 can't be there. It can be here. So 3. This left-hand column of cells within the middle column of boxes, the number 3 has to be here. Okay. And let's see. So 4 is missing. 4. Okay, let's go through the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4 is missing. 5, 6. 4 and 7 are missing. So I don't think we can solve for either of them. So let's make a note. This can only be a 4 or a 7. 4 or 7. I hope you follow me there. These two right-hand column of boxes, 7's on the left, 7's on the right. I got 7 on the mind. Not 1. Okay, left-handed suDOku. Inch by inch. Now, it's interpreting my 7's as 3's. Okay, it looks like that last double click solved for a while. Okay, so 7 can be there or there. So now we know 7 can only be in this bottom row of 3 cells in the bottom box, because there's a 7 here. So 7 cannot be here. 7 cannot be here by virtue of the fact of these 2 7's and that 7 there. So 7's going to have to be here. Unfortunately, we don't have enough information, and that would be 3 cells. So we'll let that one remind us 7 can be anywhere down here. So yeah. So 7, and it can be in any one of these 3 in this bottom left box. So we can't put the 7 just yet. All right, let's get back to reality. We're kind of all over the map there. We are down to 3 in a couple of these boxes, so let's see if we can solve here. 9. Of course, we know the 2 is going to be missing from several of them because there's only 1 2 on the entire matrix thus far. 2, 3, 4. So 4 is missing. Look here. 4 takes all of those. Oops. So this needs to be a 4. So it did take that. It's 4. So now we're down to 2 and 9. Unfortunately, it doesn't tell us, but certainly make a note. We don't have enough information yet. There's really only one rule: never guess. Never, ever, ever guess. Not a 3. A 2. All right. So we know the 1 can be here or here. Let's see. 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't have a 5 yet. So 5 can be here or here by virtue of this 5 can't be there. So we're down to 2 5's within that one row of cells. So we can put a 5 there. 6 and then 7. So look at 7 can't be in either one of those. So we've solved for 7. And therefore we know that's 5. And therefore we know that's 1. Hope that made sense. We're still down to not knowing between 2 and 9 over there. Okay, we're down to, this one has a 2. So it's the only one that has a 2 so far. 1, 2, 3 is missing. We don't know yet. 4, 5 is missing. 3 and 5. So we don't know, but we've easily narrowed that down. So we like to arbitrarily stop using the notes after a while. Is it too early yet? We'll see. We'll wait. We'll hold off. Maybe one more note, and then next note will be the last one. So let's make sure it's a good one. Let's not put it down unless it's a good one. Let's see here. Excuse me. Excuse me. So 7. Well, we knew that 7 can only be down here, so we can make now a note about a 7. Do we want to do that? Do we want to do that? Do we want to do that? I don't know. I think we only want to do pairs. I have a sense we only want to do pairs. Let's see. 4, 4. Oh, here's a pair. This can only be 4s here, so we at least complete a pair. Let's have this be our last note. All right, we're taking it off notes. No more notes for the rest of this puzzle. No more cheating. We put our foot in the ground as far as cheating is concerned. All right. So with that in mind, 9 can be here. Either one of these two by virtue. So bottom row of boxes, bottom left box. Okay, so we got a 9 on the top, 9 on the bottom, so 9 needs to be here, here. Check this out. We got 9 here, top row of boxes, 9 here, so 9 can be here or here. That tells us in this box here, the 9 has to be here. So we've solved for 9. Another way to look at it, the 9 could not have been there, empty, there, empty, because of those two. So it had to be there. Different way to look at it. We've narrowed this column of cells, the right-hand column of cells within the left-hand column of boxes, down to 2 empties now. Let's see, 1, 2, of course, is missing. We're not going to have enough to solve for that. We know right off the bat. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 is missing. So that's 2 or 8. 2 or 8. 1, 2, 3, so 4. So that can be 4. Like that can be 4. So therefore, like we've said before, we know the 4 has to be here on the bottom. Cannot be on the top. Is that enough information to tell us that that has to be a 4? Now, when we look on second look, top box, top row of boxes. 4's on the bottom, 4's in the middle, 4 can only be on the top. There's only 1 empty cell, so it must be here. So see, there was the fallacy. If we were still in the note-making business in this puzzle, the 4 would only go here or here. Oh, and it can't go there, so therefore this, we have solved for 4 in this bottom box. We've also solved for 4 now in the middle column of boxes as well. The very bottom row of cells in the puzzle, we only have 3 blanks. We know 2 is going to be one of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 cannot be here, and it cannot be here. Therefore, 6 must be here. Now we're down to 2 and 8. Well, 8 cannot be here, so this must be a 2. And therefore, this must be an 8. So now can we solve for 2? We know we had the first 2, the second 2. Now the third 2 is here. So let's see what these 2 are missing. One of them is 8, so the 8 has to be here. Now out of 5, an 8, 9, 8, and 7 is the missing number. So if you're still in the note-making business, as far as this top row of boxes is concerned, 7 can be here or here. But we're not. We are not. Okay. So let's go back. 1 only has 2 remaining. Where are they? Aha. So 1 here. This occurred with regard to the top right box where we had too many possibilities for 1 the last time we revisited the 1. But now it can only be in 1 spot. And therefore over here the 1 can only be here. Not 3, 1. So we've solved for 1. Got rid of those dastardly 1s. Look at this, the Holy Grail. Center cell, center box, center of the puzzle. They took the 1 away from us. They provided us with the 1. Terrible. Microsoft suDOku. Okay, we're down to 4 and 9 with only having 2 of each remaining. So let's see if we can solve for 9 yet. We hadn't looked at 9. No, 9 can either be here or here with regard to this top row of boxes. And with regard to the bottom row of boxes, again, it can only be here. We've noticed, however, that there's only 1 cell remaining in this right-hand column of cells in the left-hand column of boxes. 9, 8, 7. It's going to be the 2, isn't it? It sure is. Little by little. This is kind of fun in these types of puzzles when you start off with a number where they give you none of to begin with, and a lot of times it will be completed before other numbers. Interesting how that is. Now, let's look at something within that. Let's look at something else about suDOku. You think to yourself, well, the 2 is here, the 2 is here. The 2 could be anywhere in the middle here. It cannot. And here's why. Look at in this right-hand box. There's the 4 here and the 7 here. Now, in this example, don't get confused that they happen to be, in the second example, I'm going to show you they're on the same plane. As long as the 4 within any single box is anywhere in this 3-cell column of cells, and the 7 is anywhere in this, within the same box, 3-cell column cells, then we look at this one, we have the same situation. We have the 7 here, so we have the 7 on the left, the 4 on the right, anywhere, same over here. Another example could be that we could have the 4 and 7 in anywhere in 2 of these 3, and the 4 and 7 anywhere in 2 of these 3. The same thing would be the case. We have 2 cells empty, and we don't have enough information to know which, but we know by virtue of these 2 boxes above it, in this right-hand, far right column of boxes, these 2 can only be 4 and 7. This cannot impossible be a 2. So if we were in the note-making business, we could put a 2 here and a 2 here. It could not be there by virtue of these up here. This is one example of why pairs are so powerful. When you've reduced it to pairs, you know it can either be one or the other, even though you may not have enough information. I hope That makes sense. Now, with regard to the number 3, there's a 3 here and a 3 here, so the 3 has to be here. Left-handed suDOku. Let me do a double click. I double click on this top button, the button is closest to the top of the pen or furthest from the bottom of the pen. This one right here. I double click on it. Sometimes that gets it acting right, and other times it doesn't. It does not. Somehow I got English soccer on the NFL network, or maybe we're going to change that. Let's see if we can change that. Show you how this works. This is kind of touchy with the touchiness of here's the back office. And it shows you that we're live. Let's see here. Serious. And we have Fox Sports 1. We didn't have Sirius. There's the NFL Network. I'm sorry for you soccer fans, but I can take about a minute of that when I concentrate. And of course, we got ads. You probably can't even hear that. I don't know. So we're back to here. And now we're back to down here. And now we're back to here. And usually that says in progress, but gave it right back to us. There must be a reason for that. I don't know what it is. I'm not going to lose any sleep thinking about it. Okay, and these top 2 rows of cells. Top 2 rows of cells in the whole puzzle. There's a total of 3 missing. All right. Only 2 in this box and 4 in this box. So let's see. 9. 9 can't be there. So we know 9 has to be here. 8, 7, 6 can't be here or here. So it's 9 and 6. This, by virtue of this 6, this must be a 6. So therefore, this must be a 9. So therefore, not a 4, a 9. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and this therefore is 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and therefore this must be an. Come on. Let's see here. 8. All right. Accepted the 8. So now we know 2 and what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We don't have enough information. 2 and 7. No more notes. Oh, wait. There's a 2. We had enough information. We're going to be down to 2 2s when I can successfully. 2 and 7, not 3. Not a phantom 3. All right. So since that's 7, this has to be a 7 to complete this column of cells. Let's see, left-handed suDOku. It's going to be stubborn. 7s are often stubborn. Not a 3. Boy, this thing's got 3 on the mind today. Okay. So this cannot be a 7 any longer. This has to be a 7. Therefore, this has to be a 4. Wow. Come on. Trying to get the 4. And we like doing 4s. We like doing right and left-handed 4s. There we go. That was a pretty clean 4 right there. And since 4 is there, 4 should be here. I tell you, I'm going to turn on my hot water kettle because look at that. It gave us a 3. 4. Let me go and turn on the hot water kettle because by the time it gets done, we're going to be done. I just know it. This bottom left-hand box, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So we solve for 9s. Let's see if we can solve for 2s now. Let's see, 2, 2, and no, of course we can't. Okay, let's do this middle column of cells in the far right-hand column of boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. Love doing those 8s, but this pen is really acting up today. It's not used to my left hand. That's what it is. When you pair the pen originally, that's what it is. It's used to right-handedness. So, but there's no way I'm going to be able to have the perspective of pumpkin seeds. Let's see here. 8 goes there. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, by virtue of 3 being there. Upstairs, we got that. We got this. We still don't have enough information for 2, do we? Okay, 9, 8, 7, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. 6 is the missing number. Okay, let's have I'm so pleased I figured out why the pen always acts up. It's because it was paired to be a left-handed pen in my hand. It was paired, the angles and all. It's amazing, the software. How smart the software is. Okay, so we're going to do that. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to be stubborn, and we're going to make, there's 1 3 left. We're going to make the 3 the last one. So that's 2, and therefore that's 2, and therefore this is 3. I don't think I started the puzzle. Maybe I did, but something I often tell Brussels sprouts, 4 plus 5 equals 9. And I've got it here on my whiteboard to remind me, behind me. 4 plus 5 equals 9. Happiness is a choice. Choose to be happy today and every day. Thanks for going down in the description area and just checking out some of the silly things that we have from Amazon to shop on. You never know. And then beneath it, a little bit beneath that, beneath our secret every day, we have suDOku items, and we also have standing desks, office furnishing, home furnishings, home office furnishings, and the like. And I should say that in the foreground, somewhat foreground, background, we have the NFL Network, Sirius XM satellite radio, channel 88, and in the background we have classical for meditation on Amazon Alexa streaming music service, whatever it's called. So anyway, have a great rest of your Sunday, have a great rest of your weekend, and hope to see you tomorrow morning. Thanks.